Well, today, I'm excited about today because we've all reached a um, a learning curve. So give everybody a clap because we've come off of the emotional level today. We've talked so much from since we started the Zoom classes on our emotional self, and how to balance your male and female part of yourself. So today, guess what? We are graduating to going to our physical self and learning about our body and what we can do to balance it up with your mental self. So it's going to be interesting. I believe y'all are going to enjoy the classes that we're going to start. Now, these classes are intertribal. And if y'all don't understand what intertribal means, it means that we're going to take all concepts of lessons from every culture, because as I first started out, everything is connected. Okay. So if you have all this information from other cultures, you can intertwine it with your knowledge, which suits you best to heal yourself. But if you don't know anything about it, then you don't have a chance to explore it for yourself. So what we're gonna start on is we're gonna start on our energy paths that lie within our body. And a lot of people used to, when this message first started coming out, they used to call it new age stuff, but this is not new age material. This is about your body and what is inside your body. So it's really old knowledge coming back into play, and us understanding and awakening up to that each one of us has these in our body. And it's really because we live in free will. It's your choice if you want to learn about your body and how it works. For me, I like to learn a lot of stuff. So I went down this journey a long time ago to learn about my chakras. So we're going to talk about chakras today, which are there's seven. There's really a lot of chakras, but there's seven main chakras that run through your body. And these are like energy wheels that run your energy, your male and female energy through your body. And each one of these chakras plays a very important part in your body. So when you start recognizing the signs, because we just got off of the emotional level and the mental level of understanding that when you have feelings in your body, that's a language coming through you, right? So when you start experiencing and having these emotions or these signs, then you're going to learn to look at your chakras too, at your energy points. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And yes, I'm on a roll, Robbie. So as Robbie was, we need to open up with our prayer because I'm going to just start going. So Elizabeth, would you like to open up the prayer this morning?
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Creator, thank you for bringing us together in this circle today. We ask for your teachings, your wisdom, your love, our enjoyment of the friendships we all have with each other that are growing every week. We ask that we bring this to our own light and to bring this light to the world. Thank you, Creator. Aho.
Aho. Thank you. And we want to put prayers out for everybody that have been having surgery, like Dottie. She just had surgery on her shoulder. And Lisa had surgery on her knee this morning. It all fell, yes. And of course, the baby's in his infusion this morning. So there's a lot going on around me. And at first, yesterday, I had told Rodney it looked like I wasn't going to be able to do class today, but it worked out that we are having class. So everything's going good. So back to the chakras. So today we're going to work, the way we're going to do it is we're going to break up the chakras. So today we're going to work on the very first chakra, which is the root chakra. And we're going to start off with our song. So you play the song, Rodney. I haven't forgot it, but I'm on a roll, so I'll just start talking.
All right, I'll play the song.
This is an open letter from you and me together. Tomorrow's in our hands now.
Find the words that matter, say them out loud. I make it better somehow.
Looking down from up on the moon is a tiny blue marble. Who'd have thought the ground we stand on
Could be so fragile.
This is a love song to the earth.
You're no ordinary world, a diamond in the universe.
Heaven's poetry to us.
Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight.
'Cause it's our world. It's not about possessions, money or religion. How many years it might be.
When the only real question that matters is still a matter of perspective. Looking down from up on the moon, you're a tiny blue marble.
Who'd have thought the ground we stand on
Could be so fragile. This is a love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world.
diamond in the universe. Heaven's poetry to us.
Keep it tight,
Keep it safe.
keep it safe, keep it tight.
Keep my mind safe.
'Cause it's our world.
With a bang, 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 bang. Tell my mind is in a crazy mess. It's time for us to do our best. From deep sea straight back to Everest. She under crazy stress unless you wanna be motherless. Green heart is the way I dress. Speediness and too much greediness. 6 billion people all want plentiness. Some people think this is harmless. But if we continue, they'll only be emptiness.
No, 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 no. This is a love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world. A diamond in the universe. Heaven's poetry to us.
Keep it safe.
Keep it safe.
Special paradise.
Let's keep it
This is a love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world. Diamond in the universe. Heaven's poetry to us. Keep it safe.
Our Earth Mother is beautiful. All yours, Shahoan.
Yes, I picked that song because I thought it was very appropriate for what we're going to be talking about, because we're going to talk about the root chakra. And we all come from Mother Earth. That's how our body was made, out of the dirt, the Mother Earth and all things. And so I thought that song was very appropriate, because not only do we have to keep Mother Earth safe, we need to keep our own self safe. And we need to understand the importance of keeping our bodies, our mind, and everything healthy, as much as keeping her healthy. Because if we do that, we're going to grow and be alive. And it's very important, like right now, because we talk about energy runs through everything, and you can be out of balance in the energy patterns of the earth and the universe. And that's something in another lesson that we'll describe, so y'all can see the connection of it. But right now we're in winter month. Okay, we're going into winter, and that is actually the sign of the bear. And you're really supposed to go into a cave, like go into your homes and stay in your homes, and don't be running around, don't be doing stuff. Reflect on what you've done, rest, and get ready for springtime. And when you start doing this and getting into balance of doing this, your physical self plus your mental self is going to come out connected better to the universal energy pattern. But because we live in such a world right now, they really push us during the winter months, don't they? A lot of brainwashing going on. Get out, go buy you a Christmas tree, go buy Thanksgiving. You got to go shopping, got to go buy all this stuff that puts you in debt, when you actually should be reflecting, staying at home, bringing your family together, having your meals and stuff together, but reflecting on the things that you've done for the whole year, and the things that you want to set into place for the next year to come, so that you'll be ready when spring gets here. And guess what? If you start doing that, you'll be very rested up, and you'll be so full of energy. When spring gets here, you'll take off running, doing the things that you know are ready to be done in the springtime. So how many of y'all know about your chakras? Does everybody on here? Susan, do you know? Okay.
I'm having some technical difficulty here.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was having trouble hearing you. Yes, I have heard of them, and you're right. I mean, it was all new age and poo-poo, and stay away from that, and allopathic medicine and everything. But when you study it, I mean, it's a whole different physiology of your body, which is, really interesting.
Yeah, so it's really not new age. It's just it's new to us because we're learning about our bodies. See? And if back in the day when we were growing up, if our parents had known this, we would have been taught it from our parents, correct? So it's lost knowledge coming back into our awareness. And some people, like I said, are trying to tell you to stay away from that knowledge, that it's not right. But the more you get into it, you will realize, hey, this is part of me. Why would I be pushing this information away instead of listening to it? Because guess what? It will help you within your own self. But that is part of your free will. You have to choose if this information is good for you or not. But you got to have all the information, right? So that's one of the reasons why we're going to go on to the chakras. And so we're going to start with the root chakra. And I want to let you know that each one of these chakras are connected from the earth on up into the universal planes of the planetary system, into your astrological systems of your birth dates. There's an energy line that goes through that. And the more you can see how it connects, the better it's going to open up those energy fields for you to heal your body, understand your body better. So the very first one is the root chakra. Okay, they tell you that the root chakra is located at the end of your spine and your tailbone. Okay, it really is lower than that, and it's in between your knees because it's a grounding chakra that grounds you to Mother Earth. Now, I learned this from a medicine man because I had been taught that it was at your tailbone, but it actually starts at your knees and goes to your tailbone. So they're telling the story right, but when you're working on yourself through meditation or vibrational work, which is sound, because it all connects, you want to focus on your knee area too, up to your spine for your root chakra, and realize that that whole space is your root chakra. And your root chakra is actually your foundation, okay, that your house is built on. Okay, so do you have a house? Each one of us has a house. That's our body. Okay, that's the vessel that we're in. So how strong is your foundation? Okay, your root chakra actually forms and becomes very strong in the foundation from 1 to 7 years. So from the time you were 1 year old to 7, your root chakra was forming. And depending on what happened to you, okay, in your life at that age, those will be some of the difficulties and blockages that you'll have to clear to strengthen up your foundation. Okay. And the more we get into it, each one of y'all will probably start realizing some areas in that you need to work on, that you need to address. The root chakra brings stability, self-esteem, and self-worth. It's the very first chakra that works on food, shelter, safety, and your water source. Got to have all of that for your root chakra to start working properly. And as a child, we have no control over that, right? Our parents are the ones that provide that, the food, the water, the safety, the shelter. So if you didn't get that growing up, then to work on this chakra is going to help you become a little bit stronger in your body once you start realizing that. I know every single one of us has met somebody that has low self-esteem. I had low self-esteem for a long time. And that's where your self-esteem comes from, is your root chakra. So when you have doubts and worries and all of that, that's part of your root chakra that needs to be rebalanced. You need to go in and talk to your inner child and tell them, hey, I'm safe now. I'm going to release the past. And you might have to rebuild your whole foundation of your root chakra. I did, because of the things that took place in my life when I was, 1 through 7. I had a lot of traumatic stuff that took place in my life. And because of that, my root chakra was very unstable. And due to that, it caused a lot of issues later on in my life until I started learning about how the root chakra worked and how it carried the energy to your body. The root chakra grounds you. That's your grounding energy field. So the very first thing to realize is, if you do not feel grounded, if you are worried, if you have anxiety, and this is very good to when I started going back to this, I realized some of the points within myself that I needed to work on, because after my heart attack, I had really, really bad anxiety. Well, that comes from your root chakra, not being grounded really strong in your root chakra. So it's like I said, these things will point you to where you need to work at in your body if you just listen to the signals that your body is giving you. So if you have a lot of anxiety and stuff, then you're not grounded real good. So you need to learn how to ground yourself. You can ground yourself. There's many different ways: sound, vibration, walking barefoot on the ground, meditating and visualizing a light cord going from your root chakra to the ground and putting roots in the ground, so that you can feel stable and without doubts and worries, because that's where it all starts from, is the root chakra. Doubt, worry, fear. I got a long list. Let me go through my list here. There's so much to cover. Okay, if you get very angry, remember when I said I had my heart attack and I got very angry? And on some days the anger would turn in, and I think I talked to Elizabeth and a couple of my close friends about how I felt like, I had this bowling ball in my stomach, and there was so much anger and rage there that I was afraid that if it broke open, that I was going to hurt somebody. And it was really scary for me, because I was like, where is this coming from? What is this? Well, that's your root chakra. If you find rage, anger, depression comes from your root chakra. It all starts from your root chakra not being balanced. It doesn't mean that your root chakra isn't working. It just means it's unbalanced and it needs some attention. You need to work on it. Your root chakra is connected to the planet Earth. Okay, each chakra is connected to a planet, which we'll go through when we go through all the other chakras. But for the root chakra, the planet it's connected to is Earth. That's why it's the grounding chakra, and you ground your roots into Mother Earth, and you see those roots going down really strong. Because if you don't have a root system, because you've had a bad life, you're going to have troubles in that area. And I did. I had troubles because my whole life was set up on a lie. And a lot of people don't know that. But I was told so many lies as a child of who my father was. I not being told I was native, a lot of things. And because it was built like that, all those lies had to fall, and so my whole foundation fell apart. And can you imagine what happened to me? Well, I didn't have nothing to stand on. So that part was very weak in me until I started finding the proper foundation to stand on. And that was my roots. Once I found out, who my father was, and then I talked with my brother, Mala, he helped me greatly. But when I actually went to visit Mala and we sat and talked and I finally truly knew, yes, Rolling Thunder was my father. That was the very first root, in my foundation from all the lies that had been told to me that I could stand upon. And from that root, I just started pushing that root down and growing, stronger, and and learning it was okay to feel the way I was feeling, but understanding, that I had a lot of work to do for myself, on myself. And this is where that really nobody can help you do, so for yourself. So if you don't have this information, how are you going to fix yourself? So you take, each one of y'all take this information, and if it agrees with you, research it, start doing stuff to help, build yourself up, your body, make it strong. Because it will change your life. Okay, that's all I can tell you. It will change your life. If you feel like you don't have a purpose in life, that's your root chakra. Saying you're unworthy. You are worthy of everything. A healthy root chakra will bring you safety, security, strength, because that's where your power comes from. You'll learn how to respect yourself because you know you're okay. It'll bring joy and love to you. Remember, I told you that when I had my heart attack, I asked Spirit why I had my heart attack, and they said, well, you didn't put joy in your life. Well, joy actually comes from your root chakra of you being joyful, of being alive, and having a life. I didn't realize that until after I had my heart attack. That's a big thing to realize, So how do you put joy in your life? Work on your root chakra. Work on your root chakra. Understand you're okay. So you fell down and went boom, boom, get back up. Get back up, because we're gonna fall down many times. But we have the self-will, to get back up. And when you get back up, it's because you've learned some more things to make you strong. So you get back up and you go again. Nobody ever said this life was easy, because it's not. It comes with a lot of trials and tribulations, whatever you want to call them, because we're learning about ourselves. But the more you learn about yourself, the stronger you're going to become in yourself and be able to stand up to what you know is your truth. Okay, not nobody else's truth. And there's a lot of people that follow a lot of people around because of what they say out of their mouth. Find your truth within inside yourself. Okay. Now back to the root chakra. The very first thing it does is it helps with your food, your water, your safety, and your shelter. That's the foundation, to help your root chakra feel good. How many people of y'all do you know right now at this time and at our age that are worried about losing their house? that don't have a job. That can't even pay their light bill. What do you think is happening in their root chakra system? So realize that that's something that needs to be addressed, because when you strengthen your root chakra, all the other things are going to fall into place. When you get really down and out, when your root chakra is unbalanced, it causes depression. It causes stagnation. It causes anxiety. And it causes your self-worth to say, I'm not good enough. And guess what? All you want to do is crawl in the bed and sleep in the bed. And guess what? I've done that. I think I slept my life away last year or the year before last. All I did was stay in the bed. So doing this class today really helped me open my eyes to some of the things that I need to do for myself. That even though I'm a teacher and everything, and I can teach this to other people, I also have to watch and take care of myself. And doing this and putting this together yesterday made me realize, I need to work on my root chakra. Because a lot of things change. When you move, this is one thing too, when you move, physically move from a place, you have released your root chakras. So when you get to the new place, you need to start putting down roots at that place on Mother Earth to strengthen your root chakra. Okay, a lot of people don't realize that. And so when they move, they get really out of whack because you're moving energy. And so you want to make sure that your foundation is strong and growing. This is the chakra that connects you to your higher self and your soul. Okay, there is an energy line that goes all the way up to your higher self above your head and to your soul. So if you're not grounded in your physical body, you won't be able to reach that higher self, that higher consciousness until you get grounded and until you understand you're okay. So there's a lot of things that you can do, like I'm going to give you some affirmations to help with the root chakra, because you can say this every day. There's exercises you can do, meditations you could do. I could have filled up this class with videos, but I didn't want to put that much work on Robin, because it takes a while to load all this stuff up. So instead, I'm going to let y'all research it, but I'm going to kind of guide you to where to find the stuff at on YouTube and stuff. But saying affirmations for your root chakra is a really good place to start to help your chakra start getting in tune and getting strengthened up. And one of them is I am safe. Okay. And then write secure beside safe. And then write stable. So you're safe, secure, and stable. And if you find yourself not that, if you get to the stable part and you go, well, I'm not really stable, then you'll know that's where you need to work at. You need to work on becoming a little strengthening that part of your root. Then you say, I am grounded. This one's very important. I am divinely protected by God, because he does protect you. And the universe is working on my behalf, and everything is working out for my highest good. And if you need me to repeat that, I can.
Will you repeat that, Shaman, please?
Okay. The universe is working on my behalf. And everything is working out for my highest good. And then right underneath that, out of this situation, only good can come. I am here in the present moment, grounded and safe. Okay, Mother Earth nourishes, protects, and supports me. I'm sorry, y'all, I have a little cough going on this morning. I let go of doubts, worries, and fears. And believe it or not, all your doubts, worries, and fears come from this chakra. So when you start doubting, realize that that chakra, some part of the energy in your root chakra is not vibrating right, so that you can readjust it in vibration and sound, which we'll learn about. Then I love and trust myself and my body. And the last but not least is I belong here. How often do you tell yourself you belong somewhere? I mean, think. I don't think I ever tell myself I belong somewhere. So that really hit home with me when I was writing this, because you do belong wherever you're at. You belong there. You know, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And if you don't feel like you belong there, then you're going to be all messed up in your root chakra. So you have to put your roots somewhere. Doesn't mean your roots are always going to stay where they're at. No, because we move, vibration moves, energy moves. But wherever you're at this point in time, you belong there. And you need to claim that, you know. You will find out that exercise is very important for this chakra. One of the best exercise to do to keep this chakra working properly is walking. And I know several of y'all that do take walks every day. Well, guess what? You're working on your root chakra when you do that. You know, yoga poses. There are, you know, I'm sure y'all heard of yoga many times in your life. There are certain yoga poses. You don't have to get into full-blown yoga. but the main yoga poses, there are some that will help your root chakra. There's also you can look up on Google and on YouTube, and there are hand ways to place your hands. And I meant to check this out last night and I forgot, on each chakra, so that when you're meditating, you can hold your hand that way and it connects straight to that chakra because you're holding the energy that way in thought. But I forgot to do that. So y'all will have to look that up. But each chakra has a a certain way to hold your hand when you're meditating. So there's a lot to learn. Okay, the color of the chakra is red. And I want y'all to pull this chakra up and look at it, because it's very important to understand what this chakra looks like. Because each one of the chakras, makes kind of like a flower. So it's opening up your flower, your petals on your flower, and getting them healthy. And when you do that, at the top of the crown chakra, all the petals open up and you are connected and healthy and feeling great. I'm trying to find out where I wrote this at. I have page after page of stuff on the root chakra, which y'all will be doing too when you get to doing your research. So on the root chakra, there's 4 petals, and the root chakra is totally red, but the 4 petals represent your mind, your intellect, your consciousness, and your ego. So the reason why I'm pointing this out, because these are energy doorways on your chakra system that are open so that the energy can flow through them. There's a triangle in the center that points down with and a square around it. All of this represents sacred geometry, and there's a reason for it. So I want y'all, I'm not going to go into, because that would be a whole nother lesson. But that's something that y'all can check into, of why there's a square, why there's an upside down triangle. The triangle, I'll tell you, the triangle points the energy down, okay, from your root chakra down to Mother Earth. So when you're focusing on it, it will shoot that energy into Mother Earth for your roots. Okay. The square has a reason, the circle has a reason, and we're all in the circle, right? So it will be very interesting for y'all to study for your own self what your root chakra does. And it's working on your mind, your intellect, your consciousness, and your ego all at the same time. So that's a lot. But remember, it's your foundation. Okay, so you're creating your foundation. So you want your foundation to be strong. So you're going to need to know all of this. So is this not a great thing to know that we worked on the male and the female aspects of ourselves emotionally before we even got to this lesson, so that y'all would understand it better? Because if we had actually started this as the first lesson, y'all would be wondering, well, how do I get my mind connected to it? But now you know how to connect your mind, because you know what ego and shadow and spirit look like, right? So the root chakra is connected to many things. Okay, it's connected to the earth's energy, which is the female energy. So at nighttime, it's going to be more stronger for everybody, because that's female energy coming in, hitting the earth, but it's also hitting us too. So everybody that's a night owl, sometimes there's a reason why there's night owls, because maybe spirit wants them to be up at that time, because that's when the full force of creator's energy is coming through the universe, you know, especially if your root chakra needs work. So everything, there's a reason for everything. You just have to find that reason for yourself, you know, and get that connection for yourself. But it is female energy. And another interesting thing is when your chakra, when this chakra is laying dormant, let's just say because you're not real aware of it and everything, it coils up in you like a snake. Okay? And it's an energy cord until you start working with it, it's just been coiled up in you. And this energy core is quite interesting, I thought. It is coiled 3.5 times on your root chakra. So you have to raise that energy level up, because it's 3 times. It's like you would do water, you know, wrap your water hose up. This energy is wrapped up like that 3.5 times that you have to rise up in you. And trust me, you will know when it starts rising up in you, because you will feel that energy rising. You'll be going, what is this? Well, that's that curled up part that has been laying dormant there. And that is actually what starts our auric field shining, so that people can see our light. You know, so the more you work on that, the brighter your light gets. And it's quite interesting. It's really quite interesting. So I'm going to show you how it connects to everything. It connects to a planet up in the universe. This is one of the energy doorways. Guess what planet it connects to? You'll be very surprised. It connects to Mars. Now, there's a reason for that. I'm not going to tell you, because you need to research it for yourself. But Mars is over Aries, you know, which is, some people are Aries, you know, that's your first sign, your astrological sign. These are all energy doorways so that the energy can go up into the universe, so that you can become conscious. So the root chakra is connected to Mars. So this energy, when you're releasing the energy and it's going up, it's opening that doorway up in the universe too at the same time. Even though you're not aware of it, it's opening those doorways so that when you get to the next chakra, you can just go on up through and reach consciousness. It's all intertwined together, connected together. And the more you understand the connection, the beauty you will see of how God created us. We are very special. We're so unique. You know, as human beings, they created a computer, you know, that we're on right now. We're more delicate than a computer. You know, we work, and guess what? We have files that we have stored in our body that we need to dump and put in the trash can, just like you would in your computer system. Those are blockages and stuff like that. So I want y'all to really think about how Creator made us, because we're very specially made. Okay, so Mars is the planetary system. Now there's a sound, and guess what? I want each one of y'all to say the sound, because you're gonna like this. It becomes your own little chant, because each one of us has our own sound, and our body will respond to that. So the sound for the root chakra is long. So can y'all say that? Lum. And you just go lum. I want y'all to do that. You know, y'all microphones are mute, but I want y'all to do that 6 times, and then I want each one of you to tell me what you feel. And put your focus down in between your legs to your root chakra when you're saying it, and tell me what you feel. And I'll give you a few minutes, y'all do it, and then raise your hand and we'll see what you feel. And lum, lum, lum. All right. Now, also, when you're doing that, this is a meditation you can do for yourself. Bring your breath in, hold it, and release it when you're going long. And you'll feel a lot of energy going down into your root chakra. So tell me, what did y'all feel? Who wants to go first? Okay, Robbie.
I learned about, like I'm a Reiki master in 6 years, and I learned when I was being taught that there's Lam, Ram, Vam, Sham for each of the chakras. And I was told if you alternate the frequency, you will actually feel it go click, right? So you go Lam until you feel it, and you actually feel the chakra click.
Yeah.
When I felt that the first time, I go, no way, right? But they actually really do powerfully work. They control all their glands. There's so much.
And see that click you felt? Because some people will feel it as a click, and some people will feel it as something else. But that was your energy that was curled up, rising up to the next chakra and clicking in, to open that space up. That's what that click was. Anybody else? Okay, Susan. Susan, did you have your hand up?
Difficulties here all day. I did feel the vibration all the way down to my legs, I could use a little bit more though. I'll try that again.
Yes, we'll all be practicing that. How about you, Pam?
Oh my God. You don't want to know.
I should learn. Hey, you found part of yourself, didn't you?
Sexual arousal.
Oh yes, that's your Kundalini energy force, which we'll talk next week. We're going to talk about the Kundalini energy force, which is your sexual energy. But yes, that does start your sexual energy. So stay out of trouble, Pam. Elizabeth,
I watch that energy. Gee.
Elizabeth, did you feel anything?
I felt warmth,
Yes.
like a wave of warmth coming through from Mother Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be like your root chakra sending your vibration that you're safe and secure, like a warm blanket.
Mm.
Secure, so that you can continue going forward in the things that you're doing. Yeah. Okay, Dottie, did you feel anything?
Yeah, I felt the vibration all the way from my voice all the way down there.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, Sherry, did you? I know we went to Rodney, but Sherry, did you feel anything?
I felt the warmth and the vibration just like all the way through here even.
Okay. So now y'all have a place to start, right? Because maybe y'all have never felt that. Well, guess what? There's something there. So you need to start, you know, because it's going to surprise you and it's going to bring a lot of clarity to you too, because your root chakra does bring out clarity so that you can reach your higher conscious state. It's really a beautiful thing. So these are the emotions that will cause your root chakra to be blocked. I think it's important to write them down, because that way, if you have these feelings, then you know that that is the area on your physical self that you need to work on. Okay, with vibration and sound and meditation. Fear is one of the biggest, and there'll be several chakras, you know, that will be connected to this fear energy. But this fear can block you from even getting started on your path. And remember, like I said, your root chakra was forming from the age of 1 to 7. So if you had a lot of fear at a young age and didn't have security, then you're going to have to really work hard to retrain yourself that you're okay. That's where those affirmations that we talked about a few minutes ago will come in to help you rebuild that strength in you. Anxiety disorder. How many of y'all have anxiety disorder? Okay, Sherry, this one's for you too. Anorexia. Okay, problems with food. So that might give you a pathway to point to of things you can do for your daughter without her even realizing it. Maybe you can help strengthen her root chakra up, and this will get her out of some of the stuff that she's been going through. Panic disorder. And again, anger, if any type of anger goes with your son when he gets very angry and raging, that is showing that the root chakra is blocked. Depression, heavy duty depression, worrying about things that you really shouldn't worry about, but just having worry all the time, worry, and feeling very insecure. These are all signs, you know, that you need to work on this energy source in your body and bring it, you know, make it more stable. And that's where the affirmations will come in. But you also have food that will help you, because everything's connected, and you have smells that will help you. Okay, so let's go to the smells first. Your root chakra connects you to your sense of smell. And a lot of people don't realize that each chakra is connected to some part of your senses. Well, your root chakra is connected to the smelling part. Okay, and rosewood is good for your root chakra. Rosemary is good for your root chakra. Cedar. These are all smells. Okay, and oils. You could probably put the oils on you because it would smell. Sandalwood. Ginger. Thyme. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. Basil. And of course, our favorite thing, sage. Yeah, so sage strengthens your root chakra. So smudge. Light that sage every day. That might be, you know, why we do it without, even though our parents might have not told us that, that's part of it, the connection that connects everything together, you know, when you're connecting it with your smell and it's connecting to your root chakra. So it's really important to understand how these connections go. That's all the smells for the root chakra. Okay, now let's go to the food. Okay, if you eat healthy, you're gonna stay healthy, right? Well, before I get into the food, I want to tell you about when I had colon cancer and went to the medicine man. He told me, you know, I had to get off all the medicine. I got off the chemo, everything. And he told me, he says, we're going to put you on the rainbow diet. I was like, I don't want to go on no diet. What you talking about, rainbow diet? And he says, it's really not a diet. It's the way that you eat. And I really did go on this rainbow diet. And you know, I've been cancer free since then. And that was back in 2002. And they weren't expecting me to live because I had really bad cancer. But I went on this rainbow diet. So it does work. Now, you would think, you know, that I would stay on this rainbow diet, right? Because it helped me so much. Oh no, because I'm a human just like y'all. You know these things, but you forget these things and you forget to keep them acclimated in your life. Okay. And you go on to new things. So while I was doing this last night, I was like, wow, you know, I might need to bring this back into my conscious space in the present time to help me balance better. So this is the food that helps you balance anything that's red, because you're working on the red chakra. Okay, this even goes to the clothes you wear. If you're feeling insecure, not strong, on the days that you're not feeling strong, wear something that has red in it. Buy you some red sheets. Okay, put them on your bed because you might need that red color around you for a month or two, especially, you know, I realized when I had my heart attack, you know, that I needed to work on a lot of things, but my daughter bought me some red sheets and I slept on those red sheets for quite a while. And I realized from doing this last night that was something that I really truly needed at that time, because my chakras went haywire when I had my heart attack. You know, that was a sign that I needed to really work and balance up everything because I was really out of whack. So anything that's red, so strawberries, I'm trying to get to it. Tomatoes, raspberries, cherries, red apples, red peppers, pomegranates, beets. Okay, beets are very good for the root chakra. A lot of people don't like beets, but beets are very good for the root chakra. Anything that has a root system in the vegetable department is good for the root chakra. So beans are very good. Potatoes, carrots, and we don't want to forget the seeds, any type of seeds. Okay, like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, all of those are good for your root chakra. And that's just, you know, that's the food. That's the food part. When your chakra is not turning properly energy wise, these are the problems or the signals it's going to send your body to tell you that you need to look at your chakra, at your root chakra. If your legs are hurting, you know, that's your grounding mechanism to tell you, hey, you need to adjust that energy. If your feet hurt, if your butt or your tailbone is hurting, guess what else? If your root chakra isn't working properly and you start having immune system problems, that is your root chakra. Any eating disorder, that is your root chakra. Constipation. How many of us have constipation? Especially when you get older, we get a lot of constipation. That's in the older people. Guess what? Root chakra causes that. If you have too much diarrhea, it can come from the root chakra being too open. Okay. Again, if you have depression, any type of stress about money or financial security is coming from your root chakra. Feeling unsafe, feeling insecure. So, so we balance that back up. Now we have the stone people. Okay, there's a lot of things that connect to this, isn't it? So we have stone people that help us. So I'm going to give you the list of the stones. They'll help you, and you can carry these stones with you, or you can put them in your bed with you when you're working on this chakra. Garnet, rubies, hematite, smoky quartz crystals, black tourmaline. Okay. Tiger's eye and a bloodstone. I'm making sure I'm covering everything. I'm looking at my notes, y'all.
Red jasper.
Yes, red jasper is correct. Anything that's red, even coral from the sea, will really help on the root chakra too. But anything that's red will help your root chakra. Okay. So we're going to go back. The root chakra, you know, walk barefooted on Mother Earth. It's going to connect you to and put those roots down in Mother Earth. It's a female energy coming into your root chakra. You know, the color's red. Then you have your sense of smell. So use your oils that you need to balance that up. Start eating food that has red in it. You know, and this goes back to what the medicine man had me eating, you know, with my cancer. So on certain days, he called it the rainbow diet. I would go to the store and I would buy nothing but red. And that's what I'd eat for one day. And then the next day I'd buy anything that had yellow in it. And it was every color that was in the rainbow he made me eat, but you ate the same color every day. And you did that. I did that for months. But guess what? I got well. But at that time, I didn't realize that each one of these colors was feeding my chakras. Okay, I learned that later down the road. So there is a connection, and when you can put the connection together, it all fits together, and you have a bigger piece of your puzzle that you can see, hey, this is what my body's like. This is part of me. So I really need to work on this part of myself. And you'll get where you don't care what anybody says about it being new age and stuff, because guess what? For me, it's not new age. This is part of my body. And I'm learning about my body, and I'm learning about who I am. And that's going to make me a better person for myself and everybody else that's around me. And that's how I feel about it. And I'm sure y'all will find a way to deal with that too, because once you start getting into your energy source in your body, you might have people that will try to come up against you and say, you don't need to be looking in on none of that. Well, yes, you do. That's part of your body. You're going to understand your body. You have a better chance when you know what all's in your body and what your body does. So these are the signs in your organs. Okay, this is important too, because I showed you the signs in your body, like your legs and everything. There's also signs in your organs that your root chakra isn't working right that you can address. And this happens, your colon happens to be one of them. So if you start having colon problems, bladder problems, anything to do with your spinal column, so back pain, lower back pain for sure, arthritis, and of course, again, back to having pain in your legs and feet. That's just a sign for you to address that chakra. Now on YouTube, there are quite a few little videos about the root chakra, and the root chakra vibration is 396 hertz vibration. And when you get your root chakra's vibration up, and you can do it with tuning forks too, because there's a lot of instruments out there to tune your chakras, but you can tune them through sound, through listening to vibration. When you start tuning this chakra, this is the emotional feelings that you will start feeling, and you'll know that your is working. Is you will feel fearlessness, strength, feel like you belong, and innocent to things. And it brings in joy and happiness. And remember, I was like, how do you bring joy into your life? Well, I think I got my answer last night, or a refreshment course on it last night. One of them is to work on your root chakra. It'll bring some happiness to you. Yes, and they have singing bowls. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that will help you with your chakras. But I would like each and every one of y'all, if you have the time, to go up there. There's this cute, I saw this a long time ago, back when I had my colon cancer, when I was on this diet. They had this cute little movie, from China. And it is up on YouTube, part of it. And it's where the Chinaman is teaching the little boy how to open his chakras. And I think the name of it is how to open your chakras. But it's a little movie about 10 minutes long in the episode of where it's showing him how to open his chakras and what you have to do to open them. If y'all would watch that, I think it's a really cute little way to explain how the chakras work and how they all connect and open up to your higher conscious state. And it also shows you some of the stuff that blocks you from getting there. But it's the only one that I could find. So it should be easy to find on YouTube, but it's how to open up your chakras. And just flip through it until you see that little China man and the little boy, and you'll know you've got the right video. And it's about 10 minutes long, but I think you'll like it. And that is our lesson for today. I hope y'all have really liked this, and we'll go into a few questions. And since we're at home, you know, we don't have to get it right off at 10:30. But I hope each and every one of y'all, you know, will start researching on your chakra. And next week we'll go on to the sexual kundalini chakra and the foods and how that chakra works until we do all 7 of them. And then we'll have a big, I think Rodney, what was that you put up there? Is that the little,
Yes, the opening chakra, little Chinese video. It's a cartoon by Avatar.
okay, yeah. So he put it up in the chat if y'all want to go look at it. Could we play it on here? We could all watch it. Is there any way to play it on here?
Yeah, I should be able to play it.
Do
Let me
y'all
do that.
want to watch it together?
We got heads nodding.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
I should have sent it to you last night. I should have.
See if I can do this. Yes, I did it from a different account, right? So.
Well, it's really okay if you can't too.
Yeah, I think.
Because everybody, the links in the chat room, if you want to, you know, copy the link so you'll know where it's at. But Rodney didn't. It seemed like Rodney didn't have no trouble finding it on YouTube.
Yeah, just look under Avatar Chakras.
Avatar chakras. But it is a really cute little cartoon movie to watch, and I thought it explained the chakras really good. So does anybody have any questions about the root chakra?
I learned something about the root chakras is like our roots. And you've heard of those, they're like atriums, they're the biospheres where they have a completely contained environment inside.
Mhm.
What they learned is the trees were growing beautifully and tall, but then they'd fall over because there was no wind. And the wind in the trials helps us to create our roots that help us to be anchored, that help us to withstand life storms and stuff. So when we think, it's like when you grow a plant, like in a grow tent, you have a fan on it and you force it and it tries to hold on. And that's like what we need to do is we hold on to Creator and we create those roots, and it makes us very, very strong. And another thing, there's a thing called the shamanic resonance, which is the vibrational frequency of Mother Earth. And there are only two things on this planet that vibrate at the same frequency, and that's Mother Earth and the human body. So when we go grounding, and why it makes us feel so good is because it brings us into the correct alignment that we're supposed to be. So it's not all like woo-woo. There's actual science behind it. And that's what I try and do when I teach, is mix, science and the spiritual aspect. There was a two-part video series by Deepak Chopra that I learned about chakras in Arizona from Lavina Pete, the Navajo medicine woman. And it goes through Lam, Bum, Ram, Sham, and all that. And you really like I encourage each of you to try it at a different frequency, like Lam, and you will feel it, and it opens it. And all disease, and like if you have pain in an area, it's because of a blocked chakra. And then it'll start creating disease, and it can even cause death. So the chakras are so important, and I really appreciate you teaching about them, Shabalin.
I think that's great, because you were showing how it was connecting to Mother Earth, and see, I showed how it connected to the universal above Mother Earth to Mars, and everything's connected, and thanks, that was really good. And Sherry, I think this will help you a lot, because I believe and feel in my heart that the issues with the children are both on the root chakra foundation part. So like if you could start helping them like wear red, maybe do some vibrational music without them even knowing it, while they're around you, that might change some of your stuff that you're going through.
Thank you for pointing that out, because that would be so helpful, and it would be something they'd be open to, instead of saying, you have this problem, you this, you that, it would be,
Yeah.
let's do something together, let's meditate, because they have YouTube meditation videos with the frequencies.
Yeah, or take them outside and
video.
take them outside and go barefooted and say, let's put some roots in the dirt. And
I even
act like
noticed. I even noticed a difference when I wear like synthetic clothing. Like I get itchy and I can't sleep at night and things like that if I'm wearing something synthetic versus natural fibers. Our energy gets stuck in us.
Yeah, and see, it's really correct, because everything is connected, and it goes back to the story of me telling you that we're going into the time of the bear, into the cave. That's part of the connection is to Mother Earth and the universe too, that if we get off kilter of that, then we're gonna be playing catch up the whole year, to be in that balance and in that connection. When right now we're supposed to be resting, and thinking about what we're going to do for springtime. And you can be working on the chakras with your kids, see, and that is, what better time to do it? We're in the time of the bear, so we can work on ourselves, And by springtime, we could all be ready to run out of the door and make some things happen. So does anybody else, Pam, were you saying something?
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm having problems with my phone. But it was so funny because last night I was reading this book by Robert Bilodeau. He studied under Rolling Thunder and under the Navajo medicine people. And the chapter I was reading was on chakras, the root chakra.
That's funny.
That is funny. I just read the whole chapter on that. And it was very interesting to say that a lot of the things you're talking about is in here. You know, it really has been really enlightening to confirm from you what Robert was teaching last night. I also like to share real quick, remember you said that when we started this out, we're graduating out of the emotional into the physical. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, because, you know, this past week, I remember last week, you know, you said some things and it kind of stuck to my head. And creators, you know, my daughter, how I was saying that I hadn't talked to my daughter for 3 years. And and I had this occurrence with her where she was really rude kind of to me, and so was her husband. But the creator kept telling me that I needed to text her back and I needed to apologize for not being there for her in the last few years because of my emotional upheaval in my life. And he kept telling me that, and I'm thinking, well, what if she starts yelling at me and calling me names and stuff? And he says, then turn it off. You know, it's up to me to decide how she's going to respond. You know, I can help her. Yeah, and I did it. I apologized. And you know what? It took her like 6 hours before she responded. She said she was in so much shock, you know, because all this other stuff has been happening, you know, in their life too. Where they had made reconciliation with one of Brian's sisters who hadn't talked to her like 7 years, you know, and that had been recent. And then all of a sudden I'm coming on and trying to reconcile, and she's like, I can't believe it. It was creator, you know, telling me to do it, you know, and I couldn't have any peace. I didn't have any peace in my heart until I did it. I mean, it was like, it started like in evening, and it was the next day during the day and about lunchtime that I finally did it, because I mean, I just was feeling over and over again like I should do it. And I was like, at the same time thinking, well, Pam, you're not like, you know, keeping your boundaries here and stuff, and you're not protecting yourself like you're supposed to, and all this stuff. And I thought, you know, I really have graduated a little bit emotionally here. I know who I am. I feel better about myself. You know, I have more confidence in Pam, you know, and I've been doing my affirmations that made me feel more positive about myself. And even if she did come back at me, I'm not going to fall apart. You know, I really, you know, I sensed that, you know, so that made me feel really good that we've graduated out of this emotional craziness, you know, into something good here. So I just wanted to share that because it is funny how our class just moves through my life, you know, and I step into these steps one thing at a time, you know, and I'm really growing from the time that we started here, and I'm really grateful for everybody here and all the things we've shared together.
Well, thank you. That's awesome. And did we lose Susan? Because I don't see her on anymore, so I think we lost Susan. Dottie, do you have anything to say?
I don't think so, except much gratitude for everyone. And it was good to see you. That was very, very good today. Very good. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we can see you next week. I hope you keep doing good in your shoulder, and I'll keep saying prayers. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you. I know we will. I love you.
I love you too.
Love you guys.
Would you like to do the closing prayer, Rodney? And we'll get out of here until next week.
Sure thing.
Elizabeth, you didn't have anything to say, did you? Okay. Make sure I got everybody.
All right, I pray. Father Sky, Mother Earth, all our ancestors, all our relatives, we thank you so very, very much for this lesson. Thank you for the wisdom that you conveyed through Shahawan. Thank you for teaching us about our root chakra. Thank you for helping us to know that we just need to trust in you, to feel safe, lay all our burdens before you, drop to our knees, and realize that you are there for us. You protect us. You give us all we need to survive. and feel safe. Help us to always call to you, lean upon you, and go to you in our times of worry, our times of stress, our times of distress, and realize that we are safe. We thank you so much for this day. Ask that you watch over those of us that will be traveling on this day. Please protect each and every one of us throughout this week. Guide us in a good way. Help us to walk in a way that is pleasing in your sight. We love you and we thank you. And with that, I close this circle. Aho.
Uh-huh. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving and
Happy Thanksgiving.
time together with the family. And know that I love you very much, and I'll see you next week.
Yes.
Okay,
Love you
bye-bye,
all.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.